Hello, everybody. Did you already do the triangle? Okay. So we started with the triangle. We should end with the triangle. And the challenges, I'll stand over here. The digital experience sandbox. We talked about the sandbox. We talked about Seal. We want to kind of put everything together. We're all going to take turns talking about different things, and I'm going to share a demo of what we call the studio. And before I do it, I'd like everyone to kind of think about how they could use it, because we're going to kind of do a back and forth. I think it's just briefly, I've been really fortunate to be in companies that have amazing technology. And of all the ones I've been, I mean, I was with Neurofocus. We should measure people's brain waves in 2008. It was the coolest thing in the world. It wasn't scalable, very expensive. Nielsen bought us, which was great. And then in my basement, I was fortunate enough to start the first webcam eye tracking company, Sticky. And then Toby bought us. And then I met Michael. And when I saw this in context, I was just blown away. As you can hear from everyone who spoke today, who's our clients and our partners, the in context is like a standard in how to test. Because as we talk about the human experience and the real, it's really the best way to get good insights. System 0 to get good system 1 and system 2 insights. The digital sandbox is like in context on steroids. It's really a whole new level. And Michael talked about the challenges of the scope, the time, the cope. Everyone who's done research knows about the costs, the time. How do you get these insights to mean something that matters in the market? And we did talk, we were at the ARF the last 2 days talking about attention. Attention is really important, but it's just the beginning. There has to be meaning to it. And we think that with our technology, you're getting really powerful insights. I think right now, 8 of the top 10 market research companies use our technology. And I'm going to pass it over to Gareth.
Yep.
For talk a little bit about the sandbox. Okay. He's been doing a lot of work in the shopping market in this. And so I'm going to take 2 slides here.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks, Jeff. The sandbox to us, as we describe it, is like an overarching thing. We've had the in-context software for quite a while. We've had e-commerce software that you use at Mars and other companies. And what happens with this this software is you give us the challenge, you give us the ads, and you give us the things you want to change on the website, on the e-commerce site, and then we change them, and we do the work. And it's done. It's easy. It's fine. When you want to just put one ad in, or when you want to put a new small change to change an image on an Amazon page or something like that, we can do it for you. But there's loads of other things that people come to us with. And as a person who sells this research, I don't know how long ago, got really, really tired of actually saying to clients, sorry, I can't do that. Or it's going to take you 3 months to do that. So what we realized was we needed to expand and change the way we work. So increase the capacity of the team. We've got great developers, but there's only a certain number of them. So what we've done is create the digital experience sandbox, and then these things in context, the e-commerce, and then the thing Jeff's going to show, the studio, will kind of go into it and make it a little bit more self-service, allow you to change things, and allow you to completely create new things that we hadn't thought of, and increase our capacity way beyond. So the in context just gets better and better.
Can I just share one thing? I think it's really important with the sandbox is we talk about the triangle, time. Time and money is a big issue. When you can do things, make changes that used to cost a lot of money and take a long time, you can do it instantly. And I find this to be really important because not everyone is an expert in technology. You don't have to have any skills at all. And I think it's really a powerful piece of the sandbox. Everyone can play in it.
Definitely is. So what is it? What does it do? And how does it work? Why did we create it, really? We have these environments. Our client says to us, we want to change more things than you can change with our we call it portal. You have a portal you can log into and change an ad and do certain things. But actually, what they want to do is create something that doesn't exist at all right now. So that could be a new brand page on Amazon. It could be a whole new website that they actually want to compare against Disney or against YouTube or whatever and see how ads perform. And our team says to us, I'm sorry, you can't do that. But what we've got with the new sandbox is the ability to either take in a Figma file and import it in there and then basically make that interactive straight away, collect all the metrics that you know from our software already, or you can just build it within there and change different bits around yourself. And as Jeff said, we've created different levels of usage to this. So we noticed from our first test with clients such as Mars, that some of the things that people want to do are quite simple and repeatable and they want to change things, but they're things that you might do again and again. And others take quite a lot of building and actually quite a lot of skills to be able to do. And there's lots of different sets of users that we might have for this. So some of them are really quite close to web developers. Others are just researchers and some people are in the middle. And yeah, so we've tried to set this up. The studio that we're about to show you is something that's a bit more simple to use, but our clients, when we showed them it, absolutely love it. It's, yeah, it's, well, let's just get it across and show it to you.
Okay. Yeah, I'd like everyone, if they can, while we show this, this is a very unique sandbox right here. And I took my coat off because when you get in a sandbox, it can get a little messy. So that's why I took it off. But this sandbox, in my opinion, is a huge breakthrough. This is the studio. So because I usually control it myself, but the way the system's set up, I have to point at Philip on what to do, and I'll point on the wall. So you can put this up. So we're going to just show a very simple demo of Instagram. Instagram, let's say you're in a room and you're going through the ads you have on Instagram, and you say, we'll stop right here. And you say, you know what, that's nice, but that's not what I want. I don't want this picture here. So I can click on it. I can do a few different things. Just hang on. You can put what you want in there, or you can do we're going to do random just because it's for the time. You click random. And you have different images here. You can also, if you go to this right here, you change the word there. This is how easy it is. And we're doing random again just because I can't type in and it's quicker. These images up here and the words, it's just click.
So just for clarity, the difference what we normally have, our in-context software, you change the ad and we place all these things in there for you and you don't really get the control to choose what's around it.
Right.
Now
you can choose the whole environment,
everything,
every word. This is 1 month right here. Okay, maybe you don't want 1 month. 1 minute. So it's at the fingertips. That used to be you'd have to go to your creative agency, have them change it, cost you a lot of money, take a lot of time. Now you can collaborate internally, collaborate with clients. This is a big breakthrough to be able to do this quick. And let's say you have an idea what you want this image to be, but you don't want to do random and you don't have it. So let's go up to the AI. And you write in here, my ad, WWF in partnership with an animal music charity. My target audience is people aged between 20 and 25, interested in animal welfare and the environment. You click, and it'll put an image based on what you wrote in there.
And it will change the content.
That's right.
So it won't just be content that's suitable, that's generally suitable. It'll be like content that's
The
suitable
application of this is huge. I mean, it really is. And again, when we talk about that triangle, cost and time is a big part. This overcomes this. And we went kind of quick, but I think everyone has an idea, and you can think about how you'd use this, how you can take advantage of not having to go to the agency or having a discussion. And also, let's say you have a person you want to share this with on the other side of the world. You can go up to share, send it to them. They can play, send it back to you. It's pretty amazing.
And then you can immediately test with it.
And one other thing that you can do is you can add eye tracking to it. And Friedrich is going to talk about the seal.
So thanks, Gareth and Jeff, for presenting the sandbox and the studio. I mean, this is a great tool and way to test many different things, test your assets, combine your assets, reshuffle them, create new ones. And then once you have come to the final stage and you may want to go deeper inside, then eye tracking comes into play, and also added with emotion tracking. And this is what we have been developing for the past 2.5 years. I mean, iSquare has been using eye tracking for the past 25 years, and it's somehow incorporated into our DNA of the company. So we are very experienced with eye tracking, but we wanted to find a solution that is a natural extension to our in-context testing platform and also to the new digital experience sandbox. So a solution where you don't need any hardware, additional hardware, you don't need any app, just it's very easy to use. And this is why we have developed the SEAL technology. SEAL stands for Smart Eye Tracking Algorithm. And this is what I'm going to talk about. As Michael pointed out this morning, this is the model, the neurosemiotic model that we are using. And with a SEAL technology, we can use two systems. So system 0, the attention level, and with the emotion, we can also test the systems 1, the implicit reactions of the test person. So what are the benefits of our eye tracking technology? First of all, as I mentioned before, no additional hardware needed, no app to download. So it works on any device. It works on smartphones, it works on tablets, it works on desktop PCs. And we have done an extensive testing. We tested hundreds of different devices. We trained for our model. We collected videos from 15,000 participants globally on 5 continents. And we manually labeled by experts 5 million data points. So from the video. So this is how we trained our system. And the result is it's a very robust system. It's state of the art. And it works on any device, any platform, and all browsers, so or most of the common browsers. And the great benefit for market researchers is, of course, it can be fully integrated into your testing environment together with the in-context or now the DXS environment. It's fully scalable, and it also presents on an automated way the results to you. So it's coming back to the iron triangle. You save a lot of time, you save a lot of cost, and you get great results out of this. So how does it work? From a testing point of view, it's seamlessly integrated into the way we currently do in context testing or also the DXS testing. So we attract or generate, do the recruitment via the online panel. Then the participant is routed into our in-context testing platform where we do the study and then routed back to do a survey. And so there's no friction or anything. It's a seamless process. And from a data privacy point of view, of course, the test participant has to provide his or her consent. But the great thing is, since we are using the video, the camera of the smartphone or the tablet or whatever device you're using, we can use the video not only for the eye tracking analysis, but also for the emotion analysis. And so it's a very simple process. So it works on most social media platforms. We have a huge variety of different ad formats that can be tested. We can use it for e-com shops, and the result is that you not only get the metrics that you are used to with our in-context testing platform, like the visibility and click share, but you also get the eye tracking metrics. So like the time to first contact, how long someone has looked at the ad, and maybe also how often the person has come back to the ad. So this is a whole set of numeric metrics that we can provide with our platform, with the seal technology. In addition, we also have visual outputs, so like heat maps that can be provided and will be generated and shown on our dashboard. So this is really fascinating, but I mean, this is not the end. We are currently developing it further and further, and there are some really cool stuff coming up in the next couple of months. Of course, we will also improve on the reporting and on the automation page, but for example, on the calibration, which is already pretty good. It's a very small calibration process, but we are improving it further, so it's towards a seamless calibration. By the way, for the calibration, we have also filed a couple of patents, and we have received the first one already. So this is a great thing. So another thing that we are working on is the segmentation, where you can define special areas of interest, depending, of course, on the screen size. So not only the ad, but maybe multiple parts of the ad. And basically what we can do soon is segment anything that is on the screen and analyze it. So this is the seal technology, and now it can be added by emotion.
Yeah, and just want to just back up a little bit. When we were doing it 2011 on a desktop, we dreamed about doing it on the phone.
Yeah.
Because it was like, how are you going to do it on the phone? And now we're there. And one of the reasons we created this is because we do partner with lots of other companies and universities, and we didn't find something that was as precise as this. And we wanted to create a product that was more than a much lower level of accuracy and precision. And now we have this, which is exciting. So as Friedrich said, it's really great to know what people see, how long they look at it, how quick did they get to it. But also it's nice to know about emotion too. We know that most people don't buy things by logic, which is fairly knowledgeable, but the emotional reasons. And most of the companies do emotion. We usually do 7 emotions. We don't do 47 on every study. That would be ridiculous. So people will pick 4 or 5 emotions they want to make sure their communication is evoking, and 4 or 5 that they don't want it to evoke. And then you can measure to see, make sure you're triggering the right emotions and not triggering the wrong ones. And also, when you're looking at the emotions combined with the eye tracking, you can not only see emotion, but you know what are they looking at when that emotion's evoked. And that can come into help with creativity, how to do your creative. There are a lot of times where you can have a logo at the end, and it may have great emotion, but hardly anyone's looking at that time. And then you have a great emotion because something's going on in the video, but you don't have your logo there, so they're not remembering it. So matching them together, you're going to have more effective ads. That is Seal, eye tracking, emotion, the Sandbox Studio. We thank you very much.